Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Draft Professor. I am here with CG, and we're going to be doing some 49ers mocks. CG, this is your first Draft Professor podcast. I'd like to say welcome to the channel.
Oh, dude, I'm honored to be on your show, man. Like the work you've done and appreciate the invite, man. It's got to be a lot of fun. When it comes to the draft and all that stuff, that's just one of my favorite sports season of the season, man.
Oh, and draft is by far my favorite sporting event of the year. It's better than the Super Bowl because every team is involved in the draft.
Amen.
Um, and it lasts for more than a day,
Oh,
right?
no,
Like
it lasts an
we get
entire like at least a couple months during the time. But even
yeah.
during the football season, you could still look at prospects even during the football season.
Well, yeah, I mean, at Draft Professor, we're podcasting on the draft year round, but um, you know, I love finding people that love the draft. So CG, again, thank you for coming on the station. When
Oh,
you look at the 49ers roster and what they need to accomplish in the upcoming draft, what are your, let's say, main things that you're looking for in the draft?
what's the main thing I'm looking for in the draft? I feel like we're gonna still need a receiver long term because just because we signed Mike Evans and Christian Kirk, that doesn't close the door on getting another wide receiver for the long term. I feel like you're gonna need an heir apparent for Trent Williams at some point, but you need to get a starting caliber guard. Safety to me is probably one of the most underrated needs because I feel like the free safety spot is something we're lacking. Um, then you look at other positions like maybe getting some quality defensive line depth because we're going to need those guys to step in down the stretch. Then you look at the rest of the guys at cornerback. I feel like cornerback can be something we can get later. People might have a higher need of looking at it, but I like the group. Depending if we trade Ronaldo Green first. If we trade Ronaldo Green, then I can see it as a possible need. But I just don't think it's that big of a need. But when I look at the need, it's the free safety because we need that single high safety that can cover. Then you look at a D tackle, which I still think we can get another D tackle for the rotation, or a guy who could start next to Osa. Um, getting a pass rusher on a rotation, whether we get Bosa or whoever we get in free agency, I still think you need to get one.
Okay. Well, we are going to pull up the Draft Professor simulator and we are going to pick for San Francisco. And we're going to start by doing this thing called the First Round Fanatic Challenge. Now, you told me backstage that when Wayne Breezy did this podcast, you're like, are we going to do the same thing that Wayne did? And I was like, yes. So I know that you've at least seen it on a podcast once, but a first round challenge for anybody that hasn't seen this before is CG and I are going to do 5 mock drafts for the 49ers. And we're going to quickly go through what round 1 on this simulator looks like. This round 1 has been put here by fans of all 32 teams. So this isn't my board. This is what the fans of those teams think. So it's Mendoza, Reese, Maui Noah, Bain, Tate, Freeling, Love, Styles, Downs, Bailey, Delane, Thieneman, Cooper, Tyson, Sadiq, McCoy, Lomu, Woods, Rodriguez, Falk, Lemon, Ioane, Fano, Boston, Parker, Concepcion as the first 26 picks.
Okay.
Any surprises in those first 26 for you, CG?
Man, Omar Cooper and Conception are gone before the Niners. Man, I didn't think of that.
So, and again, so those picks are all put there by the fans of those teams. So it's a different kind of mock draft simulator.
Yeah.
So the question would be if the board falls this way, what would you do at 27?
What would I do at 27? Well, I feel like since if those receivers are gone, you're looking at other options like getting an edge rusher. I think you need to get a guy in the rotation. So looking at what's available, right? So I'm trying to see who's available as an edge rusher.
I'll zoom in if that's
Yeah,
tough to
zoom in.
read. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. I've seen a lot of top praise on this guy Zion Young, but he's not too high on my board like from some guys. But I would have it as an alternate option. I think Cassius Howell would probably be my most top choice if he's there.
He's here.
Okay, I'll take him because he has something that we're looking for, a speed rusher, and something that we can have in the rotation. And he's the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, too. So he's another guy on my option board.
Okay. So the simulator, we picked Cassius Howell. The simulator starts a second mock. In the second mock, Howell is sniped before pick 27, and Denzel Boston dropped to pick 27.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. But Boston, that would be more of a luxury pick for the Niners. So he would learn a lot from Mike Evans. I think it would just be too much of a learning experience for the guy. But man, with his upside, I can take him. I'll go with Denzel Boston on this one.
Okay. So we take Denzel Boston. Simulator is going to start a third mock. Okay. So Barry Reed, thank you for stopping by. And in this mock, Howell and Boston get sniped before pick 27. Concepcion dropped. He was not available before.
Yeah, I'm going to go Casey Concepcion, man.
I'm noticing a trend.
Yeah,
you're looking for a wide receiver.
Looking for a guy who can return kicks or do a lot more in this offense, yeah.
So Howell, Boston, Concepcion are off the board before pick 27. I don't know that Lomu was here before, so I think he was one of the players that just dropped. Thoughts on what you would do in this situation if you can't take Howell, Boston, or Concepcion?
Lomu actually could be a guy you can plug in at guard and learn from Trent Williams. So if he's available, I'd take him. I mean, I've seen a lot of top grades on this guy, so he would be good.
Okay, and now the last mock, Howell, Boston, Concepcion, and Lomu are all off the board before pick 27. Now, Keldrick Falk, Kenyon Sadiq, and Omar Cooper Jr. are all there at 27. What would you do?
Oh, man, that's a tough one, man, because Omar Cooper is another one I like. But then Sadiq, again, this guy available, that can really open up your offense to another level. But Zion Young is good, but if I had to choose the last one, I'm probably going to go Omar Cooper, man. This man he would do exactly what we need.
Okay. So here were the picks. It was Howell, Boston, Concepcion, Lomu, Cooper. Out of those five guys, which one do you like the best?
Which one do I like the best? I got to say Omar Cooper.
Okay. So the grading on this simulator is all groupthink. So the D is because Cassius Howell had not been selected to the 49ers in round 1 before.
Because I think that's somebody that Raheem Morris might want.
Yep. Yeah. So the more you pick somebody, the better their grade. That's basically the summary that I'll give. Yeah. But that wasn't too painful, was it, CG?
No, it wasn't too painful. And plus, I was thinking a little outside the box a little more with what Raheem Morris would get.
Okay. So now we're going to move into 4-round mocks. So the 49ers have a single first, a single second, no third, and 4 fourth-round picks. And we're going to turn on a button at the bottom called Fanatic Mode.
Okay.
Now, Fanatic Mode is for anybody that loves doing mock drafts. So if you love doing mock drafts, Fanatic Mode is designed for you. Are you the fanatic that I'm looking for? So Fanatic Mode means every mock draft will be unique. We're going to do 8 of them. So that means we're going to need 8 different guys in round 1, 8 different guys in round 2, 32 different players in round 4. The simulator won't let us pick the same player twice.
Okay.
So this is a really good way to see how well you know players that your team would target, because it's going to give you 8 scenarios, and those 8 scenarios aren't going to be anything that you've seen on a mock draft simulator before. So we're going to buckle up. We're going to turn on fanatic mode, and we are going to give the 49ers faithful 8 unique 4-round mocks.
Okay.
So the first round of the first mock in fanatic mode should be really similar to the first round that we did last time. So this is the one where Concepcion is off the board, Boston is off the board, Makai Lemon is off the board, and Omar Cooper Jr. is also off the board. So if that's the case, I think last time you went Cassius Howell.
Yeah.
Is that what you would do this time as well, or do you want to do something different?
No, I would say Cassius Howell is somebody who's been moving up draft boards, and I've watched his tape last year or the previous years, and I think this is what Raheem Morris would pound the table for. So, no brainer.
Okay. And then when you get to the round 2 pick, is there a position or something that you want to accomplish here at pick 58?
Between the offensive line or a wide receiver might be what we look at.
So Brazil's here, Bernard's here, Tiernan, Hurst, Barber, Bell, Fields, Crownover's here, and this is a round 2 board.
Okay.
And if I add, are you only looking at tackles, or do you want to see interior offensive linemen as well?
Interior offensive linemen.
So Rutledge is here, Brian Parker is here, Sam Hecht is here, Matt Gulbin's here.
You know what? I'll just go wide receiver instead and go with Jeremy Bernard, because I feel like he would be a great fit on this offense.
Okay, so this mock is Cassius Howell, Jeremy Bernard. And it sounds like you would want to definitely look at the offensive linemen that are there in round 4.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like that's where they might go in that route, is day 3 on these picks for some reason.
Okay, so offensive tackles that are here include Markel Bell, Travis Burke, Emil Wagner, and
okay, let's look at interior line instead.
Sam Hecht is here, Trey Zune is here.
Ooh, let's see. For that position, I might want to go with is that one guy from Iowa that Stevens available or no?
Oh, Stevens is not available.
No. Oh, it's not available. What about the Oklahoma guy, Fibby something?
Fibechi Nuewu.
Yeah, is he there?
He should be.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
Him. Yeah.
So Jalen Farmer is also here. Jeremiah Wright's also here.
Ooh, I like Jeremiah Wright's tape. Like from what I saw.
Fibechi Nuewu is not here.
Okay, he's not here. Jeremiah Wright does have. I like what I've seen in the Senior Bowl and what he did throughout the combine. If he's there, maybe I could see him as a fit.
Okay, we will go Jeremiah Wright, the guard from Auburn.
Yeah, he can play tackle, but they're going to probably have him at guard the next level.
And I'm going to take a quick note here into the podcast chat. So he's currently 320 on the 49ers board. As soon as you draft a player on this simulator, they move up. So he's going to skyrocket up the board. Okay, so this mock right now is Cassius Howell, Jeremy Bernard, Jeremiah Wright. You have 3 more picks in this mock in round 4. What else do you want to try to do here, CG?
Let's check out a tight end.
So tight ends, Borkershire from Texas A&M, Endries, Royer, Klein, Raritan is here.
I'll probably just go with safety right now.
Okay. Safety, so Fitzgerald is here, Robert Spears Jennings, Jacoby Thomas, Lewis Moore.
Ooh, Robert Spears Jennings. Let's go. I feel like his speed and everything is what we need at that spot.
Okay. And then we still have 2 more picks in round 4 in this mock.
Okay. Let's look at a D tackle.
So Durant, Brevard, Brandon Cleveland's available, Cape Hart, Tim Keenan.
That one will be okay. From a lot of the mock drafts I've looked at, Tim Keenan to me is a guy that's underrated and he can take double blocks. I've heard he's taken triple team before, and he's the kind of guy that can stop the run. So I might want to take the guy from Alabama, even though I like Durant's upside. But I feel like you want a true proven. We want to stop the run first.
Okay, and then 1 more pick in round 4.
Okay, one last pick at round 4. Let's see. Okay, for the position of other positions, okay, like I already kind of looked at other spots. I think getting let's see if there's another available spot for a cornerback.
So Marshall, Dixon are all here. This is a round 4 cornerback board for anybody watching at home. So I think Thaddeus Dixon for me is probably my best available.
Probably so. But then
Brent Austin is here, Charles Demings, Toriano Pride.
Yeah. Maybe going with I guess going with like another position, like I guess getting a tackle to replace Trent Williams down the road would probably be something we can look at, because you could develop him and that guy that I just drafted to play guard. So maybe get another tackle.
Okay, is there a tackle here that you like?
Is there one I like? Try to think. So when I'm looking at all the draft boards from going into the 4th round, the only tackle that comes to mind is the guy from trying to remember, because I mean I don't know, I can barely see a lot. Oh yeah, JC Davis, if he's still available. I think he has the unique upside from Illinois. He's kind of a guy that
He's here.
Okay, I would take him.
Okay. And now the simulator is starting a second mock.
Okay.
So what you're going to see in the second mock is basically fanatic mode. Some people just call it snipe mode. So 8 picks before you're on the clock, Cassius Howell has been sniped.
Oh yeah, he's been sniped.
So what would you do if you can't take Cassius Howell?
So the ones who are available. So if Cassius Howell's not available, I could see them getting a player let's say we want to get a wide receiver, right? So if the wide receiver happens to be available, I can see them getting a wide receiver at this spot.
So Brazel, Surratt, Bell.
Brazel, so what?
So the best wide receivers available are Chris Brazel, Elijah Surratt, Chris Bell.
Ooh, Chris Bell is somebody that the Niners really like, and that would be actually a luxury pick, because this is what I've heard. If he's clear before training camp or during training camp, I think this would be the risk taker that Niners are probably willing to take. Like, he does something unique at the position. If not for the injury, this guy would have been easily a top 20 pick. Oh, that guy from Wake Forest, I've heard a lot, but maybe on day 3 I might consider it. But I will have to say the guy that you were just talking about, that dude is that guy, Chris Bell, would be a nice pickup. I feel like he's tough to tackle too.
Okay, so we'll do Chris Bell in round 1. Love that pick. Be an awesome fit in that 49ers offense.
He would be a luxury pick.
Yep. And then when we get to round 2, you will see that Bernard, who you took last time, has been sniped 8 picks before you're on the clock. So what would you do if you've selected wide receiver in round 1? And you're at 49ers picking round 2, like edges that are there include Lawrence and Akis and Dennis Sutton. The Defensive lineman Daryl Jackson, Caleb Banks, Dominique Orange, Grayson Halton are all here in round 2.
Oh, man. Like, talk about the trenches, man. I want this D-line to be one of the best at the position, but if we're looking at defensive line, like D-tackle, I like Grayson Holton, man. This man can create pressure and havoc, man. Like, yeah, I mean,
Okay?
I'm a little
I
guilty
love
with
it.
the Oklahoma stuff, but I like him.
Yeah, I just noticed you've taken an Oklahoma player in each mock. This is the second one.
Can't
You
help
took
myself,
Spears
man.
Jennings.
They have some good talent this year for
Yes,
quite
they
a while.
do. Okay, so now we're getting into round 4. And what you're going to see in round 4 is before the 49ers are on the clock, Spears Jennings off the board, JC Davis off the board, Jeremiah Wright off the board. So the simulator makes sure to draft the players that you took last time so they're not available this time. So Chris
Okay.
Bell, Grayson Halton, what would you do in round 4?
What would I do in round 4? I guess the guy from Wake Forest, that offensive lineman, I forget how you pronounce his name. He's a guy that can,
Ali Fa'amo.
yeah, he can pretty much play guard right now.
I love that pick.
Yeah.
What else would you try to do in round 4?
Round 4? Let's see.
So
Like
Bell, so you've gone wide receiver, defensive tackle, offensive line.
Well, I haven't got an edge rusher.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Tucker's here, Kamara's here, Crawford's here. Wesley Williams from Duke is here. And again, this is a round 4 edge board for anybody watching the podcast at home.
Man, as much as this guy kind of like much as he kind of just flaked on me, I'll still give him the benefit of doubt that he's got some upside. I'll go with I guess I'll go with Nadine Tucker.
Love that pick. Small school guy. You get it. You get small school guy early day 3. That's a good pick. So this
With
mock
upside,
is
yeah.
Chris Bell, Grayson Halton, Ali Fa'amo, Nadine Tucker. You have 2 more picks in round 4.
Okay, 2 more picks.
Is there another round 4 safety that you like?
Well, safety. If that guy from Penn State's available, Wheatley.
Wheatley has not dropped, so Wheatley's going to be going probably a round earlier in this simulator.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another safety I can think of. What about is Fitzgerald still there?
Bishop Fitzgerald is here, yes.
Yeah, let's take him.
Okay. And then one more pick. Last time you took 2 offensive linemen, you've taken a defensive tackle, you've taken an edge. So, thoughts on, do you see a day 3 cornerback that you like? For example, I think Thaddeus Dixon fits in nearly every scheme.
I guess I can go with Dixon.
Yep. So I think Dixon's going to hear his name called on day 2. But if he falls to round 4, that's not egregious.
Not egregious, no.
Okay. So now we're doing the 3rd mock. In the 3rd mock, Howell, Bell, they're sniped before pick 27. Denzel Boston fell in this one.
Ooh, Denzel Boston fell. I mean, there's other positions of other spots, but I'm going to go definitely outside the box. I'm going to just go with TJ Parker.
Is he here?
If he's there.
Oh, he is. Look at you. I like that. I didn't notice that he fell. That was a good catch by you.
Yeah, if he's there, I'm taking him. I just see him.
Yeah, I love that pick. And then when we get to round 2, again, you'll notice that Bernard and Halton are off the board before your round 2 pick at 58.
Yeah.
So what would you do in round 2 after taking Parker in round 1?
Wide receiver would probably be somewhere, but it won't. Like, since you just said the guy that Bernard's going to be gone, is Jacoby Lane still up on that board?
He should be.
Or is
Yep.
it kind of too? I mean, this may sound crazy, but I'm probably not going to be able to get him in that later pick, so I want to get Jacoby Lane at this spot.
Love it. And I do want to give a shout out. So Kenny is here in the chat. Kenny is a very loyal follower of Draft Professor. He's here nearly every podcast.
Friend of the show too, man.
Yep. So Kenny, great to see you. Do you know Kenny? Like, does Kenny follow your podcast too?
Yeah, he's one of the followers out there, and I'm supposed to have a show with him pretty soon about the draft.
Awesome. And then Bird is a Commanders podcaster, and he's checking us out too. So, so I know both of those individuals. I've podcasted with Bird, I think, once, and then Kenny is just here like nearly every day. So,
you got to get him on your show one day. He's a good dude.
Yep. Okay, so now we're at the round 4 pick. Okay, so like in this one, Jalen Husky dropped. I don't know that he was here before, but like if we were to look, we've been looking at offensive line. Like, I don't see a tackle that dropped.
Nah.
Right, it's the same tackle board that we looked at last time.
Yeah. I think Jalen Husky would probably be where I get him right here. I think he might have moved up draft boards because he's a little bit quicker, lengthy safety, and he's got good ball skills. I would take him.
Okay, so that was Parker Lane Husky. We still have 3 more 4th round picks.
Yeah.
Is there another defensive tackle that you would consider in round 4?
Is Dante Corleone from Cincinnati available?
He is.
Oh, I'm taking the Godfather.
Love that pick. Okay, so we've gone Parker Lane Husky Corleone. No offensive lineman yet.
Ooh, okay. My offensive line sleeper, I think he's going to be somebody that's already been moving up boards. Let's go Fernando Carmona Jr. from Arkansas. He can play guard or even potentially play center down the road.
Okay. So Carmona's here, and Fabechi Nuewu is also available in this one.
I'm going to go with Fernando. Okay. Got to be non-biased.
Okay, and then we have one more pick.
One more pick.
So, like, tight end, Justin Jolly is here in this one. He wasn't here before, but he's here now. Andries Royer, Raritan is here in round 4.
Jolly would probably be a nice, intriguing spot at tight end, so I'll take Jolly.
Okay. And if you're picking the player that's at the top of the draft board, you're not the first one for that team to pick that player.
I'm sure.
Right. So the more a player is picked, the more likely they are to be that top player. Right. So the algorithm is just trying to move the players you like up. And so this is the 4th mock that we're doing.
Exactly.
And in this one, Howell, Bell, and Parker are off the board before pick 27. Vega Ioane dropped in this one. Denzel Boston is also available. And we can look on the board for other positions if you choose.
Oh, man. Vega is available. If he's there, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm just going to.
Love it. See, and I like that like, okay, if that guy is available at pick 28, you're grabbing him. Right? Yeah, you've done enough mocks to know you don't see Vega at pick 28 very often. Right? No, but if he's there, you have to pounce on that.
Oh, but if he's like available and you just need to move up, I might try to be. He might be one of the players I might be willing to move up a spot or two.
So in round 2, Bernard, Halton, Lane are all off the board before pick 58. What would you do after taking Vega in round 1? Like Akis and Lawrence are here, and we're halfway through. You like Lawrence?
He's a speed rusher. He would be good on the rotation. Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. He might be moving up to the late first round.
Yep. So that's Vega Lawrence. So you've addressed the trenches in
Yep.
rounds 1 and 2. You haven't taken a wide receiver yet. Are there day 3 wide receivers that you like?
Man, I'm a little guilty with this one, but I feel like Deion Burks can do everything that the Niners want at the wide receiver. He can return kicks. He can do a lot of gadget plays, kind of like a little bit like what I saw. What I saw him do at Oklahoma is something they did with Deebo Samuel with the Niners. I could see that as a possible fit.
Do you like Deion Burks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, love it.
He would feel the need at the return spot also from Sky Moore leaving.
Yep. And I think we all like the idea of Deion Burks. He's just never put it together in college. But we've been talking about him on Draft Professor for 2 draft cycles because we thought he was going to come out last year. So I think Deion Burks is going to be a better pro than he was in the college kind of thing. Not the greatest college career. So
sometimes these players are unfinished product. They do well at the next level.
Yep. Okay, so we got Vega, Malachi Lawrence, Deion Burks. Is there another defensive lineman that you would consider in round 4?
Zane Durant?
Zane Durant from Penn State. Very athletic. 3-tech. So Vega, Lawrence, Burks, Durant. Is there a safety that you would like if the other safeties are not available in round 4?
Safeties. Depending on which one's available. Is Bud Clark there or is he gone?
Bud Clark is not available.
Okay, let's look at selective options, see what's available.
Okay, so at corner, Preston Hodge hadn't been available before. But like Devin Moore is here. This is where I think he has a high injury profile, but when he plays, the tape is really good.
But that's from safety, right?
No, he was a corner. So Moore is a corner. At safety, the best available is probably Jacoby Thomas or Lewis Moore. Maybe Ahmad Moses.
Ooh. Well, Lewis Moore is somebody I like on the tape also, and he's on the national championship team, and he kind of fits the mold of what we're looking for. The versatility seems like something we would like. So I would say Lewis Moore would probably be the intriguing option.
Okay, so we'll do Lewis Moore there. We still have one more pick in round 4 here. So you've done Ioane, Lawrence, Burks, Durant, Moore. Is there another? I'm sorry, what?
Oh, what were you saying? My bad.
I was gonna go look at the tight ends, but
oh man, I guess I'm thinking ahead.
So is there another day 3 tight end that you like?
I'm a big fan of Josh Cuevas.
Alabama. There we go.
And he blocks well, and he's quite hard to tackle.
Okay, so we are now starting the 5th of 8 mocks that we started with Fanatic mode. And Cassius Howell, Chris Bell, TJ Parker, Vega Ioane are all off the board before the 49ers pick at 27. Concepcion is here. Boston is here. Thoughts on what you would do?
Man, Concepcion is there, but I have yet to get Boston. But man, Concepcion would take this offense to the next level, but Boston would be the heir apparent to eventually replace Mike Evans down the road. So why not learn from one of the best? But Casey is somebody you got to take. He's just a playmaker. You need that on your offense. Kind of made it hard for me to choose, man.
Well, and So fanatic mode is going to put you in some situations where you may have to make decisions
That's hard.
about which player that you like. So when we get to round 2, you'll notice that Bernard, Halton, Lane, Lawrence, all off the board before you pick in round 2. What do you think you would do? Like the best tackle is Caleb Tiernan.
Okay,
the best guard, so Stevens is here in round 2, but he's not there in round 4.
Well, Gettings Dunker seems like a guy I've heard a lot about, and he's becoming that guy that can play the spot. So we seem to like the Iowa boys. So let's go with him.
So we'll go Dunker in round 2.
And I like the last name Dunker, man, because he could dunk.
Yeah, Kenny, I agree. I like the Boston to Evans comp.
Yeah, but if you're getting somebody like Concepcion who can change the field and change in big plays, man, you need that guy. But I'm sure Boston would be kind of like in that mold of Mike Evans if he can learn a lot from him.
Okay, so Concepcion round 1, Dunker round 2. Is there another defensive tackle that you would consider in round 4?
So what would be the available for D tackles that we're looking at?
So maybe Rayshon Benny, maybe DeMonte Capehart, maybe Brandon Cleveland. The defensive tackle board right now is getting a little thin in round 4. I like all of those defensive tackles. I just don't know that I like them a lot in round 4. I like them. I don't know if I round 4 like them, if that makes any sense.
No, I get it. It's a tough one. I mean, I don't know, Landon Robinson, right?
Yeah, so Landon Robinson should be here. Nick Barrett's here. Jeffrey Emba's here. So, I mean, this is a decent set of defensive tackles. You like Landon Robinson, you said?
I seem to like his tape more, yeah. Even though he's undersized, but he makes up for it.
Okay, so you go Landon Robinson in round 4. Let's take a look at the safeties for you. So no safeties, the safety board is nobody's dropping, right? So I don't see the Bud Clark or the Zakee Wheatleys dropping to round 4 yet. We'll keep looking, but it doesn't look like they've dropped. Is there another round 4 safety that you like?
Well, VJ Payne, I don't know if he's still available.
He is, yes.
Oh, I like his tape, man. The forced fumbles, the plays he make on the field. And plus, we already got Siegel from last year who played with him. So why not bring a guy he's familiar with?
Okay, and then we haven't done an edge rusher here. Is there a round 4 edge rusher you like? Joshua Josephs, Mikel Kamara are all here round 4.
Ooh, Jonathan Joseph. Josh Joseph, right?
Yes.
Man, he's available? That's a no-brainer.
I like it because he was the edge that was at the top. You're not the first one to pick him for the 49ers.
Nah, I'm pretty sure because he was somebody that I've heard a lot about, but his production wasn't quite as big in college, but it could translate better at the next level.
Is there another round 4 tight end that you like for the 49ers?
Dude, I'm a big fan of Joel Royer.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's broken Travis Kelce's records. He's a guy that's ascending.
I love that kid.
Oh, he would. That would be the best part of the podcast. They could be buddies in the podcast or something like that.
Okay, so now we're doing is this the 6th? Yeah, we're in the 6th of the 8 mocks. So in this one, Keldrick Falk dropped to pick 27. So Keldrick Falk, Denzel Boston, or anybody else that you want to pick.
I'm going to give Denzel Boston the chance, man, even though Keldrick Falk is somebody, but I think we already got somebody that's similar to him, which is Mikel Williams.
Okay, so we start this mock with Denzel Boston at wide receiver, and then we'll have to look at the round 2 board and see who fell. So Emmanuel McNeil Warren is available in this one. He had not been available before.
Let's see.
And then like Gabe Backus is here, Daryl Jackson, Caleb Banks, AJ Halsey is here.
That's a tough one. Man, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Man, I'm gonna have to pound the table for McNeil Warren.
I think that's a really good pick. I think he's going to go a lot higher in the draft than pick 58.
Possibly the late first round from the looks of it.
Yep.
But
so
he's right
and when
there,
you
take him.
Yep. But and just to let everybody know, like when you do Fanatic mode, and really when you do any mock on this simulator, if you tell yourself that player should never be here, you need to pick it because that's how they move up, so that they won't drop that far anymore. So I mean, the Emmanuel McNeil Warren pick, when you're in Fanatic mode, you will get to do some mock drafts. Like, how often does Keldrick Falk drop to pick 28?
Yeah.
Right?
It just seems rare, but honestly, he kind of seems like another Mikael Williams, which we don't need.
Well, right. And there's a lot of people where they see a good pro, but they don't see a first round pro in Falk. So, I mean, there's been mocks where Falk is actually dropping to round 2 that we've seen on the simulator because not everybody picks it. Like, you skipped him, right? And that's okay. It's okay to skip a player. You like Boston better.
I just think Boston's more of a better talent. But Keldrick Falk, I've seen a lot of his tape, and I'm just thinking, man, this is just another guy we already got.
So we're at pick 127 in round 4. If we look at the safeties, oh wait, we've already taken McNeil Warren, so we're not going to take a safety.
Yeah, we're not taking 2.
Okay. If we look at defensive linemen, I don't see anybody that dropped. So the question would be like, are you round 4 on Brevard or Harris or Benny? Or do we have to?
Where we got to look at from a edge rush, right?
Right. So at edge, Kamara's here in round 4. Crawford, Llewellyn. I think all of those guys would be decent round 4 picks. Kenny was shouting out Tyreek Sapp in the chat.
Ooh, Tyreek Sapp would be a scheme fit, so I would take him.
Yep. Okay, and then have we done offensive line? We have not. In this mock, we have not. So the offensive tackles.
So
go ahead.
Tackle. So offensive tackle or offensive line. Let's see what's available for the tackle spot.
So, like, Emil Wagner is a good round 4 tackle. And then PW in the chat is pointing out that he likes Logan Jones. You would not be the first 49ers person to mock Logan Jones to the 49ers.
Yeah, he would just be my dream pick because we need to get rid of Jake Brendel. That would be my dream pick with Logan Jones. But
okay, so you want to do Logan Jones in round 4?
I would just do it right now.
Yep, I like that. Like draft a center round 4. So this is Denzel Boston, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, Tyreek Sapp, Logan Jones. I'm going to quickly look at the corner board, see if anybody dropped. Okay. The tight end board. I'm not seeing anything that screams, I got to go get that guy.
I probably will wait for that guy.
Maybe Dallin Bentley from Utah. Maybe
him, but I would think for okay, let's look at another position. Okay, like getting a center isn't quite it for me to just get another offensive lineman. So maybe get another interior offensive line or a tackle.
Sure. So Kalen Black and Katron Allen are both here in round 4. For interior offensive line, Trey Zune is here in round 4. Josh Thompson is. Oh, and Nuewu might be because he was here. Yep. Febechi Nuewu is here.
Yeah, let's get Febechi Nuewu, man.
Okay, and then we have one more round 4 pick.
Okay, for a tight end, I could go for that option at tight end. If Roush is available, let's take the Stanford kid.
I think Roush is going earlier.
So if he's going earlier, the kid from Houston seems intriguing.
Hozil? Yep.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good tapes about him. I've seen a lot of the guys from the community scouts showing me some tapes of this guy. He's impressive.
Okay, so we've just completed 6 mocks in Fanatic mode, which guarantees the mocks will be unique. We're doing the 7th of the 8 mocks now. So this one, Makai Lemon, dropped to San Francisco at pick 27.
I did not see that coming, man. I gotta do it.
Fanatic mode is fun. Like, how often do you get to do Makai Lemon to San
It's
Francisco?
just rare. Did he really did he really tank his draft stock by doing that eye stare? I can't pass on this guy. He would be a scary fit on this offense.
He would.
Dude, the NFL should just investigate if they let this guy slide to us.
So you do Makai Lemon in round 1. When you get to round 2, there's some good edges like Akis, Dennis Sutton, maybe Barham, maybe Height in round 2. A defensive tackle, Caleb Banks, Dominique Orange are both available. It's safety, Halsey is here. Wheatley is here. I'm thinking of what other positions. We just did Makai Lemon. Interior offensive lineman, Rutledge is available. Matt Galbin is available. Sam Hecht is available.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I guess for the guard position, I'll go with the other Iowa one, Stevens.
Okay, so that's Makai Lemon, Bo Stevens in rounds 1 and 2. And then we will look to see if any players have dropped to round 4. So like I just saw Zakee Wheatley go, so it won't be Wheatley.
Yeah, it won't be.
So the safeties that are available, Jacoby Thomas, Ahmad Moses, Miles Scott are probably my 3 best available.
Yeah,
with
I'm gonna go
Deshaun Singleton getting an honorable mention there too.
Deshaun Singleton. I've heard a lot about him from Nebraska, but the one guy you were talking about on the top of the draft board,
Jacoby Thomas.
Jacoby Thomas would probably be a good one because usually a lot of the guys from Miami are pretty proven.
Okay, so we'll take Jacoby Thomas in round 4. So this mock is Makai Lemon, Bo Stevens, Jacoby Thomas. Is there an edge rusher that you like in round 4?
Crawford would probably be the one I like.
Okay. And then you haven't done defensive tackle. Is there another defensive tackle that you like in round 4?
Defensive tackle. There's got to be one in. Trying to think of one. Which is available.
So I think like Brandon Cleveland or Rayshon Benny. And I mean, there's some people that are really high in Xavier Harris, but he has some off-field issues that are probably keeping him on day 3.
I mean, he's a big D tackle.
He is. This is special teams ace.
Yeah. This is the round where you can roll your dice and take a flyer on a guy with that type of issues. So I guess getting
Xavier Harris?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think that's the perfect round to get him.
Okay. And then we have one more pick. You've done Lemon, Stevens, Thomas, Crawford, Harris. And I'm just going through to see if anybody dropped.
Okay. Oof.
But maybe you can tell me to go look anywhere you want.
Let's look at tackle. I'm surprised this guy's not even up on some draft boards from the looks of it, man. I like the kid from Ole Miss, Diego Pounds, man. Just the tape stands out. I think he should be higher on some people's boards a little more.
Okay, so let's do Diego Pounds. And that completes the 7th mock. So this is the final mock. This is either the mock where everybody says, crap, I don't like this, or cool, that player finally dropped to me.
It's got to be one or the other.
Yep. So in this mock, the players that are off the board include Cassius Howell, Chris Bell, TJ Parker, Vega Ioane, Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Mekhi Lemon. Those were your favorite picks for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Spencer Fano is available in this one. Keldrick Falk is available in this one. Or do you want to go somewhere else?
Spencer Fano, he can play guard right now for us and then perfectly be the heir apparent to Trent Williams. Yeah, Fano will be the guy.
So you get Spencer Fano in round 1.
Yeah.
What are you thinking you want to do in round 2?
Round 2, it depends what's out there.
So Brazel is there in round 2. Other wide receivers include Ted Hurst, Skylar Bell, Malachi Fields, Antonio Williams, Zachariah Branch.
Man, this seems like a Kyle Shanahan pick, if I'm being honest. Like, he would want this Zachariah Branch guy so bad. He would probably just tell John, hey, I want this guy. Give me this guy. I got to have him. Type of pick.
Okay. So Spencer Fano, Zachariah Branch in rounds 1 and 2. And then when we get to round 4, we will be poking around to see, can we find, because every mock 4 new players should drop to your round 4, right? Because 4 guys got moved up. So 4 guys should drop. The only question is, are the 4 guys that are dropping the guys that you want to pick?
True.
So, like, for example, in this one, Dalen Everett dropped. He was not here before. Isaiah World dropped. He wasn't here before. Drew Shelton wasn't here before either, right? So these 3 players were previously not available to you in round 4, and they're here now. Daquan Wright is here in round 4. I don't know that I saw him here every time either. So those are some of the players that are available. We can also look at safety. Safety is bare. You've taken a safety every single time, and maybe other than Singleton or Moses, that safety board doesn't look good anymore.
Nah, I would think going for let's see, I only went for didn't quite go offensive line, right? No, wait, I actually did I did.
No, we went Fano in round 1, Zachariah Branch in round 2.
Okay, so a D line, we're gonna need to go defensive line.
So just to maybe educate people on fanatic mode, right? Mm-hmm. Dalen Everett dropped. He is probably a day 2 cornerback for nearly everybody. So if we want to go corner, Dalen Everett would be best available. But if we go to another position, there's a really good chance that Everett isn't going to make it to the next 49ers.
Well, I'm taking Everett then. I want to make sure to take him.
Yep.
And it's possible we might trade Green anyways.
Right. So Fano, Branch, Everett in round 4. Okay. And then you were telling me to go look at offensive line. So at offensive line.
No, I was looking at I would say D line.
D line. Got it.
Yeah.
So Brevard, Cleveland, Capehart, Benny are probably my best available. Emba, I think, is also here. He's an older prospect, but I like Emba. Nick Barrett.
That Cleveland guy is pretty good.
Ooh, and then okay, so the information was Isaiah World. There was a 49er scout at his pro day.
He's going to be redshirt because he's dealing with a serious injury.
Correct.
Hey, you know what? There's that guy from Indiana who actually hurt Isaiah Orwell. So if he's available, I'll take Kamara.
We'll go with Kamara. Love that pick. So that's Fano, Branch, Everett, Kamara.
Okay.
2 more picks to make in this mock.
For for a D tackle, right? So let's look at D tackle.
I'm
Bandon
probably
deserves-
going to say it's Brandon Cleveland.
Oh, Brandon Cleveland. Okay, let's go with Cleveland, man.
Okay. And then final pick. And again, when you're doing fanatic mode, check out your other positions. So, for example, Katron Allen falling to round 4 to me feels like pretty good value. We haven't done a tight end. So in this one, Daquan Wright's available. He hadn't been here before.
Daquan Wright, let's do it.
Okay. Okay. And you'll notice that your grades will be more colorful. Season D's just means you're among the first people to draft them to that team.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick test of the mock. So here's how the simulator works. So I'm going to do a Seahawks mock, and I'm picking Seattle not to troll the 49ers fans. I'm picking Seattle because they only have 4 picks.
Okay.
I don't have to make a lot of decisions. But what we want to do is see who San Francisco took when I'm drafting for Seattle. And you might recognize some of the names, CG.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they're going to try to steal some of the picks in our second round? Oh, man. These guys.
Okay. So in the first one, 49ers took Ahina Chur. That was not a player that you picked. I'm going to go Zion Young here. In round 2, to Chris Bell. You picked him in round 1, but he went to the 49ers in round 2.
That would be a steal.
Yep.
But even in the first round, that wouldn't be quite a reach. Actually, that would be a good value pick to get him anyways.
Yep. Okay, so what are they going to do here? I'm going to go Golden.
I think day 3, they'll go running back at least.
And then got to go running back. I like Katron Allen.
That would probably be their guy right there.
Okay, so now we're just kind of keeping our eye out for San Francisco picks. And at the end of the draft, I'm going to go back and look. So Seattle only has 1 more pick to make. And then we're going to go look at all the 49ers picks from round 7 all the way back to round 4.
They got 4 picks.
Okay. Okay, so this draft is finishing up. And now we want to go see who San Francisco took. So in round 4, San Francisco took Kobe Thomas.
Okay.
Tyreek Sapp.
Okay.
Zane Durant.
Ooh.
Jeremiah Wright. Recognize those picks?
Yeah, those are the guys that I had on my board too.
Yep. Okay. And then do the 49ers have a 5th? I'm looking. I don't have every team's draft capital memorized.
Yeah, 58 pick was where we're at.
So nothing in round 5.
No, we don't
have a round. Yep, and that's all right. And then round 6.
Nada.
They don't have a round 6 either.
And they don't have nothing. They just have all four. See, like
Oh,
we got like the first two picks, and like we got the first round, second round, and then all the rest from the fourth round are all 4 picks. That's it.
okay. So notice that CG, you picked the players once, and they're already going to San Francisco in round 4.
Yeah, like
You
actually, I like the Max pick. Actually, I actually had a pretty solid high grade on him also, but I didn't think too highly of him on your mock draft because there were some guys that slid. Second round pick, I don't know who we got from that pick.
that was Bell.
Oh yeah, Chris Bell, huh? Yep. Oh, dude, this might be a good mock draft from this simulator one.
Yep. So the idea behind this simulator is that because as soon as you come in and do mocks, you're immediately flipping, like what your team is doing in rounds 4 through 7 should flip instantly, right? So you have a lot of control over the round 4 board. In order to get your guys where you want them in round 1 and 2, you need to do a lot of mocks.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of it. And what I like about what you do is you do these different case scenarios where, let's say the guy you want on your draft board is gone, but then you get this other guy, and then let's say he's not there. It gives you selective options to think of, and that's kind of like that's a good way to go with it, man.
Yeah. So, CG, I appreciate you coming on the channel to, do some mocks with us. Do you want to introduce yourself to the Draft Professor community? Like Kenny, I think already knows who you are, but Bird is here. He podcasts with Draft Professor some, and he'll be an epic mock for the Commanders. So introduce yourself, tell them how they can find you, and some of the other things that you do.
Yeah, for those people who want to know my platform, I got a big follower on TikTok under CG Ruthless 1990. On YouTube, CG Ruthless 1990. On Twitter or X, at CG Ruthless 1. Instagram, CG Ruthless. If you want to follow me on Facebook, which I have under CG Ruthless, but what I do on my platform is during the off season, I do interview some draft prospects. The biggest guest I had all this year coming into the draft is Josh Cameron from Baylor. If you want to check that out, it's a good interview. He actually confirmed meeting all 32 teams. Nice. I was the one that got the all credit from him saying it. Yeah, I interview a lot of these prospects, and Kenny's pretty aware of what I do in my content. I'll do some mock drafts. I'll do some Niner content. It can be NFC West content also, or anything in general, but I am a guy that loves the draft and definitely appreciate the platform you bring to the table, Jim. It's looking forward to many more,
Yep. Well, I want to say thank you to any 49ers fan that is seeing Draft Professor for the first time. So Draft Professor is here. We podcast on the draft every day. This podcast is, I believe, my 4th podcast today, for example.
Yeah, pretty busy, man.
I stay busy. Tomorrow we have 3 podcasts, right? But normally on a weeknight, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern every weeknight. We do group mock drafts every Friday. So every Friday, we do a 3-round mock. And if we know who you are, like Kenny, because he's here a lot, Kenny can pick for the 49ers from the chat. And then we'll have podcasters making most of the other picks. But because we have fans from every single team visiting, if we know who they are, we'll let them draft, kind of thing. So what you see with our Friday mocks is, again, you're going to see some variety because not everybody's board is the same. So there's, let's say, a disease like mock draft-itis, where because that player is always gone in round 3 of your favorite mock draft simulator, everybody thinks they must have a 3rd-round grade. But the reality is those grades fluctuate. The main purpose of Draft Professor is to talk about that. He might go round 2. He might go round 4. I could talk about a lot of players like that, right? Draft Professor also has a 7-round, 32 podcaster mock draft called Epic Mock 26 There's April 9th, 10th, and 11th. So you will see 32 podcasters mock drafting against each other. Each podcast will be on their own feed. We'll have a 33rd feed at Draft Professor covering the whole event. This is the second year we've done it this way, and it was by far the most watched podcast on Draft Professor last cycle, by a lot. Like we had like 7,500 people watch that podcast. So
that's damn good, bro. That means
yeah.
you're doing a good job on your stuff. I mean, hey, the draft community has been nice. You know, for the last 4 years, it's been fun to get to know these prospects. I mean, I've interviewed quite a few top prospects who have been drafted. So it's like, I actually met Jalen McMillan in person when he was already like going into the draft. I met with Kendall Milton, and I've kind of like had some good interviews with Spencer Burford, who just recently signed with the Raiders, but he was a draft pick by the Niners like months before.
We had Coop Paul on our channel last year.
Who, Paul?
Chris Paul, yep. And then we've had several agents come on. So usually what we do, like in May, when we need filler podcasts until people get their preliminary boards built, we'll have some agents come on, and they'll talk us through their process. So Draft Professor covers the draft year round. What that means is literally when this draft ends, we're going to take a week off, and the first week of May, we're going to begin covering college football. So like 1 week, it'll be like the best tight ends in the SEC, then the best running backs in the SEC, then the best wide receivers in the SEC. And then just each night, we just flip conferences. So Monday night's SEC night, Tuesdays is Big Ten night, Wednesdays is ACC night, Fridays is Big 12 night, and we do quarterbacks on Thursdays. So each week we're covering players, and guaranteed we don't just cover the top guys. So we're going to cover the top 800 players in college football by July 4th.
Oh,
so we cover the draft like no other. So
that gives me ideas of what to look at too. And then I look at a lot of these other guys who do their interviews too, so I can get an idea of who they can get as interviewers and all that stuff. So another guy that I like watching is that Draft Diamond Jimmy guy. He always puts on good content for the interviews. That's where I kind of got a lot of my content coming from, is from some of the guys he brought in before, or I try to just reach as many as I can.
Awesome. Well, for CG, myself, and the 87 podcasters at the Draft Professor, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you on a podcast again tomorrow morning. Thank you, everybody.